Okay, we are back with more soap, always with the jazz hands. I didn't get to watch an episode last night because there was a party going on. I wasn't invited to it, but I heard the whole thing all day. So, today we're going to binge and get through a couple of episodes, but it's early, so I might be yawning through it, and I apologize if I am. Today's caffeinated beverage is needed. In the last episode, Jessica was arrested, and Corinne's real mother, Inga, I think is her name, is trying to get her, well, not trying to get her out of jail, has gotten her out of jail because Jessica's been arrested. Straight in.
On the last episode of Soap, Ingrid revealed herself as Corinne's mother,
Ingrid.
which means Jessica is really Corinne's aunt, and Chester her uncle, since Randolph, her father, is her Aunt Jessica's brother. Ingrid has sworn to destroy the tapes. Meanwhile, at the Campbells, Danny no longer has to run around in disguise, since Elaine Lefkowitz has spoken to her father in Danny's behalf. Burt, on the other hand, has become totally consumed with finding his son Peter's murderer, and is acting more and more peculiar. Having found a hair in Peter's bathtub, Burt spends a lot of time yanking hairs from people's heads trying to match it. Confused? You won't be after this episode of Soap. This is the story of two sisters, Jessica Tate and Mary Campbell. These are the Tates, and these are the Campbells. And this is Soap.
I cut my ear a little bit when I cut my hair.
Can't
It's
seem
been
to find
itching.
anything here. What you said her name was?
Corinne Tate.
Corinne Tate.
I do not believe this. You make the person turn over their usury, a totally barbaric custom, which, may I say, we do not have in Sweden. And then when they do hand over their usury to the police, yet it disappears.
Got it. Corinne Tate. It was filed under Corinne, not Tate. That's why I couldn't find it.
I'd love to be here for an execution when you screw up somebody's name and figure it out after they've melted in your filling chair, you dumb barbarian.
Fair of her to be mad. Why would it not be under her last name?
Victorious Tate. Sorrel, my dear lady, it seems some misfortune has befallen you. I've taken your Corinne, and soon they'll take your life. Ah!
Listen, you had better watch.
Be quiet, you Lord, stupid man. You are getting what you deserve. Yes, it is taking you. I adore it.
Okay, Mrs. Tate, if you'll just give me your personal possessions, any jewelry.
Don't give him the jewelry, Jessica.
She has to.
Now, Tinkler, this is absurd. Why can't she keep her jewelry?
Rules, Mr. Tate.
Tinkler, you're going to pay for this. I swear it. What you have done to my...
Sorry, pause. She can't keep her jewelry, but if he is that paranoid, she can send it with him, because he's not arrested. He's just fucking there.
family in the last few days.
Oh, darling, it's all right. It's probably a rule of some kind, so that the less fortunate prisoners won't feel jealous. I mean, if I went in there wearing my sapphires and they were wearing nothing but, well, let's say their costume jewelry, it's bound to cause resentment.
Just move right over here. I need to take a couple of pictures.
Chester, be sure and help Billy with his homework now.
Yeah. All right, we just slip this right over your head there.
God, she's thin.
Could you just, that's lovely. All right, now, just watch the birdie here. Let's go now. Oh, now, come on.
They would have to retake that because she bent down.
Could we have a moment alone?
You wouldn't be able to see the height.
No, Tinkler. Look, it's against policy. Tinkler, for God's sake, she's not Ma Parker.
Okay, but just 1 minute.
Chester, scared.
Be out by morning.
I've never been in jail before. Actually, I've never spent the night alone. I didn't do it, Chester. You know that I didn't do it.
Of course not. Of course not. Don't worry about a thing. We'll get the very best lawyer.
But Chester, what about that movie?
What movie, Jess?
You know, that cowboy movie, the Oxblood incident.
Oxbow.
Right. And they hung Henry Fonda, I think it was, or was that Kirk Douglas? But anyway, I mean, just as his
I don't know
next act,
westerns.
well, the deputy came running up and said, "Oops, that's the wrong man." But I mean, of course, it was too late by then because there was old poor old Henry Fonda all bug-eyed with his tongue hanging out. Innocent but dead.
Yes, it was just a movie.
Chester, where do you think they get those movie stories from? They get them from real life.
Jessica, you won't hang.
Well, if I do, and they do make a movie of it, Chester, promise me that you will try to retain some control, because I never do. I mean, I just have this awful feeling. They're thinking about having Shelley Winters play me. See, I was thinking of someone like Catherine Deneuve. She's attractive enough. Or it could make a wonderful musical. You see, Barbara Streisand could play me, and Robert Redford.
I can barely hear it. I think I'm gonna fix that. Hold on. Okay. So, I'm using my other phone to watch the exact same episodes with headphones on so that I can hear the shit over the noise in the ceiling. Let's go.
That's it.
Oh, I gotta get them synced up. Perfect. There it is.
Hey, Mom. Is Burt coming out of the basement?
No,
Mom, he needs help.
he doesn't need help.
Oh, come on, Mom. He's been acting really strange. He sleeps down there in the basement. Ma, yesterday he goes out and buys 200 Bunsen burners.
He needed them for an experiment.
200?
They were on sale.
Oh, I really fucked it up.
Mom, he should see a psychiatrist.
The man.
Sorry.
His son was murdered. That's an enormous shock. There's bound to be some reaction to it, but get over it.
Mom, last night he told me that sometimes he thinks he's invisible.
He was joking with you. Invisible.
He was serious, Mom. He told me that sometimes he can walk through a room and nobody sees him. He says it helps him greatly with his detective work.
And you believed him? He was joking with you. Look, this is all a reaction to grief. There is no reason in the world to worry about Burt.
Chuck.
Are you all right?
What's he doing?
What happened?
No, I think I mixed the wrong chemicals. It was supposed to foam slightly.
Burt, this is getting too dangerous.
Yes. Of course, someone tampered with my experiment. the police. Oh, that Tinkley, he's so jealous of me, it's incredible. Me and my work. The other day, I was at police headquarters. I asked to see a hair from Corinne. They threw me out. Look at
Stop doing this.
Poor Burt.
Oh my God.
Mary, let me look at you. You're as plain as ever.
Oh God.
Think this is your husband? Interesting man. Are you a chimney sweep?
No, he's Al Jones.
And your son? How nice. One is a boo-boo. And one plays the dog.
Hey, Miss Ingrid, whatever you are, get out of here.
I always thought your first husband was a horror. This one is worse. Now, I have a wonderful announcement.
Well, he has just lost a child.
My lovely, beautiful daughter Corinne has been released.
I knew it. I knew she didn't do it. That was the theory I was working on. I went up to police, stole my notes, too.
Even better than that, Jessica has been arrested. Isn't that lovely? What?
Jessica, the dude, she's got red hair.
Not only is the man filthy, he's also an idiot. What are you doing, you stupid dog?
I'm going to test this.
A person comes into your house without hairs. You dirty, stupid, crazy man. I want you to leave.
Bert, there's nowhere to go. It's just a wall.
I'm not finished with this family. I won't rest until I've destroyed every last one of you.
The open door was right there, and he's just in between it.
The police have no idea what they're doing. I got to get back to work. That's it. Ow! I hope the fire's out down there.
He left a fire going.
I know. Help.
Bert's more likable now that he's crazy.
Real nice. Who did this? The new man? Yes, Mr. Lefferts. Keep him. He's our friend. So. You are Danny.
Yes, sir.
Danny Dallas.
Yes, sir.
My daughter tells me I shouldn't kill you. Grown very fond of you. So how did you two happen to meet?
Well, you see, I was,
Okay, Ellen, sweetheart. Be a good girl and let Daddy talk to your friend here in private.
No,
Business about.
I don't care.
Okay, honey, but what do I have to do to get you to leave?
Buy me a present.
What do you want?
A fox coat.
Okay, fox coat.
How old is she?
Oh, Daddy, silver. A good one. No funny skins.
Your mother need a coat? No. Oh, Daddy, now.
yes, sir.
You still owe us a favor, you know.
I know. But I can't kill a man, so if you're gonna ask me to shoot somebody, you might as well gun me down right now.
No killing, no killing. This is a non-violent favor. Is that a finger? Tell Gomez I know him 20 years. He kills a man, I take his word for it.
So what is it?
A finger. Never saw anything so disgusting in my life.
No, the favor.
You want to see?
The favor. The favor you want me to do.
Can't tell you now. I'll tell you when the time is right. Meanwhile, you don't have to say stop anymore. Go home, enjoy yourself, and I'll be in touch.
Thank you, Mr. Lefkowitz.
Don't thank me. Thank Elaine.
I already did.
They're gonna find out she's underage.
I don't know how to thank you.
I do.
Hey, listen, I really appreciate everything. Been so long.
Hold it. Where are you going?
Home.
Oh.
Hey, now look, Elaine,
Oh,
fun's fun. Now,
Daddy.
wait. I said, Elaine, I gotta get some rest. You haven't let me sleep in days.
Hey, Gavin, you're coming with me. Upstairs.
Elaine, I'm exhausted. I can't move.
I can.
He's a nice boy. It's too bad. Wait till he finds out the favor is he's got to marry my daughter. He'd be better off dead.
I guess she is old enough.
Who is it?
Me.
Do you know what time it is? Where the hell have you been?
What?
Our one night together. You know what my schedule is like. I mean, I've been waiting for hours. Now we hardly have any time.
Walter, my mother has been arrested.
Oh, wonderful. We finally get a night together and your mother gets arrested. I suppose now you're not in the mood.
You think this is some big thrill for me? I love running over here in the middle of the night for 3 minutes once a week.
I'm sorry.
Hey, you have a morning press conference. I don't see you. Your wife gives a dinner party. I don't see you. Your kid plays a sweet potato in the Thanksgiving play, and I don't see you. But my mother gets arrested, and you complain?
Eunice, I'm sorry.
It's all about him.
Forgive me. Huh? I'm a little upset. I got this today. Read it.
I know all about you and Eunice Tate. To keep the pictures I have from the press will cost $50,000. What? What are you going to do?
Nothing. Crackpot scheme to get money. I mean, what could they possibly have pictures of? You know how careful we've been? I personally checked out every hotel room. And do you think I'd get us rooms facing a brick wall because I like them? Oh, Eunice, I guarantee you there's absolutely no way anyone could have ever done. Oh, my God, Atlanta.
What?
Atlanta, remember?
Atlanta?
You had to stay over at the last minute. I didn't have time to check the place out. It was that little place, the peach trees. Oh, my God, that was the night you heard noises on the roof. I said it was birds.
Birds, you said it was squirrels throwing peach pits.
What are you talking about, squirrels throwing peach pits? Squirrels can't throw.
Well, then that's what I said, but you said, yes, squirrels can throw peach pits.
Well, it's ridiculous. I mean, nobody was there that night. Nobody saw us that night. Nobody took pictures. What am I worried?
Walter, that was the night we played that game.
What game?
Walter! Oh, I can't believe we did that, you know.
What?
Where you dressed up as the Roman gladiator and I was the slave you just bought.
Oh, my God.
And then you tied...
I'd better pay.
Is Eunice doing this to him for the money?
What you do for a living? I mean, you're
To get her mom out of jail?
Oh, my goodness. See, I thought they only had them in Europe. And you do it with strangers?
Kind of hard to judge friends.
And so a customer was dissatisfied and turned you in.
With a cop.
You mean a cop was dissatisfied and turned you in? Let me ask you one more question. My God, this is fascinating. See, I never get to ask questions like this.
Okay, Babette, claro, veo. Mr. Tate, the lawyer's here.
Is that Benson?
Benson?
I bet knows Benson.
Well, Benson, you're not a lawyer.
Shh. They wouldn't let me in to see you, so I told them I was your lawyer.
You didn't.
Yeah, I'm with the firm of Honeycutt, Pringle, Kaplan, and Black. I'm black.
Well, you look like a lawyer. Actually, you look very nice as a lawyer. I'll bet you could be one. I smell bacon.
That's because I brought breakfast.
Oh, Benson.
He brings food to everybody.
Muffins and Canadian bacon. Grapefruit.
Well, I knew you couldn't eat the food in here. What do you want for dinner?
Oh, you know what I would love for dinner?
What?
Meatballs and spaghetti.
Well, that's a problem, see, because the sauce will run in the case.
Oh, right. And then explain that.
Yeah, especially to Mr. Tate. The briefcase is his. Morning, darling.
Hello, dear.
What are you doing here? Well,
He's my lawyer, Chester.
Yes, Honeycutt, Pringle, Kaplan, and Black.
He's black.
Well, I guess you won't be needing me. No. He's a lawyer. He's a butler. Benson, why are you posing as a lawyer?
Because I couldn't get in to see her as a butler. Carry on, counselor.
Jessica, this is Mr. Franklin. He was Corinne's lawyer. Hopefully, he'll be taking your case. How do you do, Mr. Tate?
Delight.
I would like to ask you just a simple question, if it's all right.
Did you do it?
Yes.
It wasn't Jessica.
Now, naturally, the first question I must ask you is, did you kill Peter Campbell?
Well, do I look like the sort of woman who would kill somebody?
It's just that I have to hear the answer in your own words, Mrs. Tate.
I see.
So, would you mind giving me the answer?
I guess not.
Fine. Would you give me the answer?
I forgot the question.
Did you kill Peter Campbell?
Oh, yes.
You did.
No. Yes, I remember the question. I don't know how you could ask such a question. Did I kill Peter Campbell?
Did you?
Did I what?
Did you kill Peter Campbell?
Well, of course not, silly.
Sheriff Tinkler found the gun that killed Peter Campbell in your lingerie drawer. Now, do you know how it got there?
I guess I put it there.
So the gun is yours?
Oh, yes.
Yes. I gave it to her for the nights that I was out of town as a precaution.
I don't like having it. Do you know, once I was searching for a particular pair of panties, And the gun went off, shot a hole through the drawer, went right out in the hall, and lodged in a portrait of my grandfather and put a hole in his head.
Which some people maintained he always had. Mrs. Tate, if we could go on.
Why is Jessica acting like she's
Knife
drunk?
killed Peter Campbell was found in your jewelry box. You know how it got there?
No, how?
I don't know. I'm asking you. Did you put it there?
Not that I remember.
So you might have put it there. She didn't, I assure you.
Well, now, Chester, I don't know. You remember the time I put your shoes in the dishwasher?
Sometimes her mind is on something else. Yes, I see. Mrs. Tate, do you know who might have seen you sleeping in your guest room the night of the murder?
No, who?
I'm sorry, but is Jessica usually on a medication that she has been taken off of to be in jail? Because what is happening? She's acting like Benson drugged the sausages or something.
You think anybody saw you?
I don't know, Mr. Franklin. I mean, who would want to see me sleeping?
Fine, thank you very much, Mrs. Tate. I think I've got all the information I need.
It's so nice to have met you. Would you like some breakfast before you go?
Not for me.
Come again.
Thank you. Mrs. Tate, if I could speak to you for a moment. Mr. Tate, let me put this as candidly as possible. Now, your wife, as we know, had the motive. The murder weapons were found in her room with her fingerprints all over them, and she had no alibi for that night. Plus which, the judge, as you can see from the astronomical bail that he has set, hates rich people. What you're saying is it'll be a difficult case. Mr. Tate, Clarence Barrow in his prime, arguing this case against a mute prosecutor. The jury of Mrs. Tate's relatives, with you sitting as the judge, could not possibly hope to win. I'm sorry, but I do have a career to think about. I cannot take this. Can't you recommend something? Yes, plead guilty. It'll save you a lot of time and money, and the outcome will be the same. Sorry.
Jessica didn't do it, though.
What did he say, darling?
It's an open and shut case. You're not to worry about anything.
I'm not worried. I'm innocent.
Will Ingrid really destroy all the Tates and Campbells? Or is this just some Swedish bragging? Does a blackmailer really have compromising pictures of Eunice and the congressman? Or is it merely a school chum playing a practical joke? Will Danny marry Elaine? Or will he decide he'd rather be killed? If the case against Jessica was argued against a mute prosecutor with Chester as the judge, would Jessica really be found guilty? And if she is, will her worst fear be realized? Will Shelley Winters play her in the film? These questions and many others will be answered on the next episode of So.
Okay, so that was episode 17, I believe. Man, we are just flying through this first season. Whoops. What the fuck is going on with Jessica? She's acting so different in the jail that it's genuinely like she's been taken off of her medication. But if she was on medication, they would have continued that in the jail. So that doesn't really make sense unless the people who wrote it didn't know that you can carry the medication over into the jail. Or she's on something that nobody else knows about, so she didn't tell them. Like she's secretly seeing a doctor and taking something that clears her head up, because wherever her head is now, it's not with her in that jail cell, which is completely different from where she was just an episode ago. Burt has a reason to be going crazy. I mean, he may be going a little too crazy. He's more likable now that he's crazy, though. I will admit that. I'm liking his character now that he's just insane. Him walking in between the doors instead of out the door to get away from her kills me. Like, what are you doing? We're gonna move on to episode 18. Okay, we are immediately back into it with episode 18 of Soap. I'm gonna try again to do it where I can listen to it through my headphones. But the noise has stopped now, so I might not even need to do that. The problem is I kept getting it unsynced the last time, because every time I want to pause to talk, I have to pause both of them, and then I have to sync both of them up. And this is a really shitty phone. The one... Anyways, in the last episode, Jessica was in jail acting weird as shit. Burt has gone completely insane and has blown up the basement. Danny has to marry Elaine, which getting married is better than having to kill somebody, so go Danny. Although she might fuck him to death, so... Death by snoo or death by mob boss, those are his options. I've got my friend, I've got my caffeinated beverage, and we are in to our episode 18 of Soap.
Episode of Soap, Jody told Mary that Burt needs help because now he thinks he's invisible. Mary told Jody Burt doesn't need help, he was just joking. Whereupon Burt almost blew up the house. Mary now agrees with Jody. Meanwhile, an attorney, after meeting with Jessica, told Chester he couldn't win Jessica's case if Chester was the judge and the Tate family was the jury. He told Chester to plead guilty. Confused? You won't be after this week's episode of Soap.
Poor Burt.
This is the story of two sisters.
Giving up on the second phone.
Jessica Tate and Mary Campbell.
If the noise starts again, I'll just have to turn the sound up on
These
this
are
one.
the Tates. And these are the Campbells. And this is Soap.
I just don't like doing that because I know it's going to be louder for you guys as it is. Because it's recording from the speaker. The microphone and the speaker are not too far away from each other, but the speaker is farther away from me because I'm out here and y'all are in the phone. So I don't want to get it so loud that you can't hear me, which I did a couple of episodes ago. That's why I'm trying to keep the volume down. I have that problem with a lot of my games because I want to hear the music, but then it's just blaring to you guys. Oh God, the yellow. That 70s yellow everywhere.
Hi.
I never did.
Even here.
No, what I want is...
Money, you people. What's the matter? Don't you ever not stained glass?
Tim. Corinne. She knows me. We're friends.
Oh, you're that priest.
Father Timothy Flotsky.
We have some of you people in Sweden, you know.
Well, we get around.
I always hated them. Such an exclusive bunch, always going on about heaven as if they were the only ones who could go there.
The church doesn't really believe
Corinne, I have to go out, sweetheart. Give Mama a kiss. I guess it's safe leaving. The only good thing about you priests is a mother doesn't have to worry about her daughter with you.
So that's your new mother.
Yeah.
I like the old one better. So listen, Corinne. I came to say goodbye.
Goodbye?
Yes, I'm going away for a while on a retreat.
Where?
I'm not going to tell you.
Oh, please? I can come visit you.
No, you can't come visit. You can't visit a retreat. Anyway, it's on top of a mountain.
So there are roads up mountains.
It's a Canadian mountain. There are no roads.
Where's he really going?
Please take me with you.
Corinne, it's a religious retreat I'm going on. It's for priests with problems.
She has a problem.
What problems? Me?
Yes. I think about you all the time.
That's wonderful.
No, it's not. I'm not supposed to be thinking about you at all. I told my superior and he told me to go away and meditate. I'm praying it'll work.
Please take me with you, Tim. You're all I have.
What are you talking about? You've got 2 fathers and 2 mothers.
I hate my parents.
Which ones?
All of them.
Oh, come on. You don't hate them.
I do. Please don't leave me, Tim.
I have to.
Well, when will you be back? Tim?
Hopefully never.
What are you talking about?
If it works, if I'm able to forget about you, Corinne, then they'll transfer me and make me stay away. Until you're too old to tempt me, and I'm too old to care. Goodbye, Corinne.
You mean I might never see you again?
Which is something that she caused.
Oh, Tim.
If she could have just been
Don't cry,
friends
Corinne.
with him,
Please, I can't deal with crying now.
but she's so
That Swedish
pushy.
lady took all my energy. Just say goodbye.
Tim, if we're never going to see each other again, can we at least kiss goodbye?
Come on, Corinne, be serious.
I'm never going to see you again for the rest of my life, and you won't even let me kiss you goodbye?
Corinne.
Please? I'll kiss you on the forehead.
Uh,
Come on. For me? Close your eyes.
Pushy. Feel bad for him.
Please, God. I need him more than you do.
Bert, would you open the door? All right, Bert, we're going to pick the lock. We're going to do some lock picking now, Bert. All right, Danny, do your stuff.
Hey, I thought this was one thing you knew how to do.
this is a complicated lock.
Yeah, sure.
Wait, I got a credit card.
Out of here. You can't open a door with a credit card.
Excuse me.
Yeah, you can.
Hey, what the hell you guys think you're doing?
The door was locked, Bert.
Of course it was locked. I'm taking a bath.
We've been in here for a day and a half now.
Oh, so what are we doing now? Are we timing people in the bathroom?
Bert, I think maybe you should go see Dr. Medlow. You know, talk to him. He's a psychiatrist. Maybe he can help.
Yeah, Bert, we think that maybe you're having a slight nervous breakdown.
I know what you're doing. I know. If you can convince other people that I'm crazy, then the police won't pay attention to my findings, and that'll make it safe for the 4 of you.
No, Bert,
They're already not paying attention, Ben.
What are we having here, a party?
No, they broke in.
Well, I was the one getting sick and tired of using the downstairs bathroom. I almost killed myself on the steps last night.
Okay, everybody out.
Mom.
Out. Out.
Then we see him, Bert.
Let's go. Come on. Hi.
Oh, Mary, there's something very important I have to discuss with you.
Good.
Get in the tub, please.
Because, darling, I want to talk to you. Get in the tub.
Get in the tub so we can talk.
Bert. I think you
There
should
it
see
goes.
someone. I think you need help.
That's what I want to talk to you about. Get in the tub.
Darling, you're not yourself.
Not myself?
No.
Oh, yes, then who am I? I mean, who, Mary? Who? I mean, if you think I'm not me, who do you think I am?
Bert, that's not what I mean.
That's what you said, though, Mary. You said, darling, you're not yourself. So naturally, that's what I heard. So then I said, oh, who do you think I am? And quite frankly, Mary, if you really think that I'm somebody else, then I think you're the one who needs a lot of help here. So please, get in the tub and let's do some talking.
Well, I'll tell you, if we can't get him out of that bathroom, maybe we can get that psychiatrist guy to come over and do a house call.
Well, he's on my opinion. I think we got to have him committed.
Committed? Come on. What are you talking about? You're talking about committing somebody, Chuck. I love it. From a man who thinks his dummy is real.
But Bert, you're always in the basement.
Really?
Yes.
Am I in the basement now?
Well, no.
Therefore, I am not always He's in the basement.
We've been in the bathtub for a day and a half.
First the basement, now the bathtub. Mary, please make up your mind what's troubling you. The basement or the bathtub? Was that your foot?
Yes.
Good, because if it wasn't, there's somebody else in here with us.
Ronnie, sometimes you say things that sound a little strange.
Like what?
Well, that you're invisible.
You don't think I know how strange that is?
You do?
Of course. Are you kidding?
I didn't know you did.
Invisible? Come on, Mary. Ridiculous. Invisible? I've never heard of anybody being invisible. Unless, of course, you have the ring of power.
The ring of power?
Oh, Mary, please, watch your feet.
Is he reading Lord of the Rings?
Or do you have it?
What?
This ring of power?
Don't be silly.
Well, that's a relief. Because for a minute there, I thought you were telling me that you had this ring thing that made you invisible.
No. I can be invisible without it.
Okay.
You can be invisible.
Mary, it's the damnedest thing. We see what happens is sometimes I go into a room and people say, "Hi, Bert." Well, then, of course, I know I'm not invisible. But other times, I go into a room, think people can see me, but nobody says anything. Those are the times I'm invisible. No, I don't know how to control it yet, Mary, but when I can, I'm going to blow this investigation wide open. Can you imagine it? I can go anywhere. I can hear everything. I can see everybody, and nobody can see me. I will also be able to get into the movies free.
This is a very sad way to cope with Peter's death.
You cannot make yourself invisible.
No?
No.
All right, watch. Well, can you see me? See, I told you.
Bert, you're not invisible.
All right, where am I?
Right there.
You knew that before.
I can see you. I can see you.
Sure you can see me?
Yes.
It doesn't work when you're wet.
How are they both actually in a tub this small?
After our bath, while you're making dinner, I'll kind of dry off and blow dry my hair. And then I'll become invisible for you.
Okay. Bart needs help. His cheese has slipped off his cracker a little bit.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, members of the jury, my friends, search your hearts and tell me if you think this lovely young widow, this mother, look at her. I ask you to look at her. Are you looking at her? And if you are looking at her, tell me if you're convinced that she is guilty of this heinous crime of which she's been accused. That was my Clarence Darrow Spencer Tracy combination. Oh, very good. Now, in your wife's case, Tate, you're in luck. I like it. You like it? I like it. Oh, that's terrific. What exactly do you like about it? It's almost impossible.
So, those that don't know, Clarence was the lawyer that managed to get Leopold and Loeb off of the death row. Leopold and Loeb probably should have been hung. They killed a 14-year-old boy just for the thrill of killing a 14-year-old boy. And because they thought that they were better than other human beings, they felt that there were superhumans. They were a part of elite special people that could kill without any problems because they were special and they could decide who deserved to live and who deserved to die as these superhumans. But they were actually just humans. And Clarence Darrow was their lawyer, and he got them essentially life. I mean, I think one of them was later killed in jail, but neither of them were hung, which was what everybody wanted. So Clarence Darrow was kind of a big deal for a while.
She's got everything against her. No alibi, murder weapon, motive. It couldn't be worse. And you like that? I love it. It's a challenge. It excites me. If I lose, I don't look bad because they didn't expect me to win. If I win, I'm a hero. Ah, it's terrific, Tate. It's terrific. She's almost as good as dead. I love it.
Well, I'm flattered, I guess.
Well, we'll arrange to meet her the day after tomorrow.
Well, don't you think we should discuss your fee? I hear that it...
I hate to talk money, Tate. I hate it.
I see. Well, perhaps you could write it down on a piece of paper. Ballpark figure, just to give me an estimate. Oh. That's your fee?
That's it.
You could buy a small nation with this.
I don't have to recite my record for you, do I, Tate? You remember the Robinson case? She was seen pulling the trigger. There were pictures of her chuckling over the dead body. Remember what happened? I not only got her off, I got her damages from his estate.
I know that you're the best. I mean, I know that. That's why I'm here. It's just that, you see, I've had to mortgage the house to raise the bail for Jessica, and well, things are kind of tight right now.
It's okay, Tate. I understand. There are other lawyers. I'm not the only one. I'm the best, but I'm not the only one.
There were bail bondsmen
So if your
back
wife
then,
isn't
right?
worth the additional money, it's...
I could give you a check for part of it now, and then in a few days I could give you the...
Forget it. A handshake is enough for me. I trust you.
Thank you.
Because if you ever decide not to pay, I'll see that your wife fries.
Comforting.
Aircraft Flight 137 nonstop to Rio de Janeiro. Now ready for boarding at 8:42.
Just because
I
out
am
of jail
really
and
not too
traveling.
crazy about taking this flight. I saw the pilot go by before, and he walked directly into a pillar, tipped his hat, said, "Excuse me," and got on the plane.
Señora, no hablo inglés.
What does that mean in English? See, I don't speak whatever it is you're speaking.
Mrs. Tate.
Oh, hello, Benson.
Come on. We're going home.
No, Benson, I can't go home. I'm flying down to Rio. It was really very
Rio.
nice of you to come and see me off. I've got to get out of the country. They're going to hang me.
Mrs. Tate, you're white and rich. They ain't gonna hang you.
Benson, I am a fugitive. But you mustn't tell anybody. Nobody knows it's a secret. How do you know?
Well, I read the note you left.
That note was meant for Mr. Tate.
Well, I read all Mr. Tate's mail.
You opened Mr. Tate's mail?
Well, I didn't say I opened it. I said I read it. You hold it up to the light there, you can see right through it.
Isn't that a federal offense?
So is jumping bail.
Listen, everybody will be much better off without me. I mean, I am nothing but a burden. I'll probably love Rio. And when all of this murder business is blown over, I'll come back with lots of presents and teach everyone to do the samba.
Aircraft Flight 137 is in its final boarding stage. Everyone should be on board at this time.
Bye-bye, Benson.
Mrs. Tate, now before you go flying down to Rio, I think you should know what happens if you do.
What?
They keep the bail money Mr. Tate put up,
They do?
which means he loses the house and all the savings. So while you're down there on the conga line, he's going to be up here on the bread line.
Oh, dear. Well, I guess I can't go.
Yes, sir. Come on.
Benson coming in clutch. How'd he burn?
Benson, what's going on? I came as soon as I got your
What happened to her hair?
Look at this. Will you look at this? It's all your sister's fault.
Benson, you told me to get right over here. Is this why?
This was once a 9-pound sirloin roast. It is now a little black rock.
Benson,
A dried up little black rock.
Benson, why did you tell me to come right over here?
Because your sister's crazy?
What did she do?
I put a roast in the oven. She decides she's going to Rio. I haul her back from the airport. She decides she's going to move out and take an apartment. Mr. Tate'll come home. His wife will be gone, and he'll have a little black rock for dinner.
Poor Benson. He's
Yes.
having a day.
Where are you going?
Oh, Mary, I'm going to rent a small apartment, probably near the courthouses. That's where I will doubtless be spending a great deal of my time.
Why in the world are you doing this?
Oh, Mary, let's face it. Being a suspected murderess, I am nothing but a burden to Chester and an embarrassment to the entire family. Now, if I were needed here, that would be one thing. I mean, I would still be a burden and a stigma, but I would be a needed one. As it is, I am not needed, Mary. No one would even notice if I were gone.
What are you talking about? Of course you're needed.
No, I am not, Mary. You're needed much more than I am.
Don't be silly. I am not.
Mary, please, you are. What? Your husband's going crazy. He needs you to look after him.
So is her sister.
Very recently tried to commit suicide. He needs to be watched. Somebody was trying to murder Danny, so he needs protection. See? You have all of that. What have I got? I mean, my children are never home, so I don't need to take care of them. Benson takes care of the house. Gardner takes care of the roses. There's nothing for me to do. I mean, I did try to do hospital work, volunteer, but they asked me to leave because I cried so much it was very depressing for the patients. See, Mary, I'm a completely unnecessary person. I'm like Eunice's Raggedy Ann doll that sits on her bed, old and kind of worn out. And nobody even looks at it anymore. But nobody has the heart to throw it away because, well, it's just been there so long.
Jesse, we love you. People aren't needed because of what they do for you. They are needed because of the way they make you feel. And we love you, Jess. We all love you. What could be a more important reason for being needed than that? Love? I need you, Jess. Couldn't get through half my days without you.
Really, Mary?
I swear.
Oh, Mary. Benson, guess what?
What?
I'm staying.
Wonderful.
Benson's too tired to
I was
care.
thinking, Benson, perhaps I could be more of a help to you. Around the kitchen, for instance. Now, take that roast, for example. You overcooked that.
Okay, Chester, what is it?
What is what, love?
Bad news.
What are you talking about?
Chester, the only time you ever bring me here is when you have something awful to tell me, because you figure here I won't scream.
Eat your soup, Claire. How's your car running?
I don't know. I haven't used it in weeks.
You know, I think we ought to sell it.
Why?
Well, you never use it. Just sits in a garage for $200 a month. That's a waste.
And the money could be put to much better use, right?
Right.
Like what?
Jessica's bail.
You want to sell my car for Jessica's bail?
Well, I did buy you the car, Claire, and you never use it. The bail is unbelievable. Every little bit helps. Come on, hon. What do you say?
All right.
That's my girl.
So you did bring me here for a reason, just like I said. You figured I'd make a scene about selling the car.
No, actually, I figured you'd make a scene about selling the apartment. Well, I did buy it for you, Claire.
My apartment?
Claire, I have to. The attorney's fee is astronomical.
You're going to sell my apartment? And where am I supposed to sleep, Chester? In the car?
Oh, well, no, because you remember I'm selling that.
I don't believe this.
There, Jessica's in real trouble.
Perfect. Perfect. For 12 years I've been waiting, Chester. For 12 years.
Spare me, Claire. Spare me the 12-year speech.
Chester,
I didn't handcuff you, Claire. You knew I was married. You chose to wait.
But you promised you'd leave her. You promised.
Of course I promised. You were blackmailing me.
You mean you're not going to leave her?
That's right.
Well, you were wrong, Chester. Because bringing me here is not going to prevent me from making a scene.
Are you finished, Claire?
Not quite. Because now, Chester, I am going to report your irregularities to the Securities and Exchange Commission. Perhaps Jessica can serve time together.
Fine, Claire. Do whatever you have to do. Oh, one more thing, Claire. You're fired.
Operator, I want the number of the Securities and Exchange Commission, please.
Will Burt ever come out of the bathtub? And if he does, will he be all wrinkled? Will Father Tim's retreat in Canada cure him of Corinne? Or will he take up hockey? Will Chester be able to pay E. Ronald Maloo's enormous fee for Jessica's defense? And now that Claire has called the SEC, will he have any money left over for his own defense? These questions and many others will be answered on next week's episode of So.
Okay, so that was episode 18, I believe, if I'm correct. Yes. I still don't think Jessica did it. And the situation with the secretary should have been closed up like a while ago. He should have done fired her. That Jessica made me cry. But what she's feeling, even women who aren't in her specific circumstance of being accused of murder, women who have their children leave home often will feel that very lonely and ignored, feeling. Because once the children leave home, they're thinking about their lives. They're not thinking, Mom has always had us in this house. It might be difficult for her. I'm hoping that she'll be okay. She'll likely find a job or something that'll keep her occupied and make her feel better once the murder trial is over, which is how most middle-aged ladies deal with it. Burt is also going through something that's very realistic. Even though he's kind of insane right now, it's a realistic insanity. Because when somebody dies, it often feels like you're alone and nobody sees you and nobody understands what you're going through. The other people in the house don't have the same relationship with Peter as Burt did, except for Chuck and Bob. But being in a house with people who didn't really know the person and being the only one that is grieving the loss can make you feel very alone and literally like nobody can see you. Obviously his mind has slipped a little too far. He might have some schizophrenic tendencies when he grieves, but it's a relatable insanity, which is what I like about it. I'm liking Burt more. Again, he's more likable when he's insane for some reason.